Chai boys, what's going on? Before this video starts, I do want to say I'm giving away a bunch of stuff. I'm going to be giving away some Vasto Lord slots, as well as a Godly Drop item, which is the best item in the game. So if you want that, make sure you sub and like, and if we get to 20k, then I will give away that Godly item, but nevertheless, let's just jump right into the video. Anyways, today we're going to be talking about the Hollow Resurrection Beyond transformation. Now, if you don't know what this transformation is, I don't blame you at all, because I didn't even know what it is until like a few days ago. So, what this is basically a transformation for Hollows where, if you haven't read or watched the show, then you wouldn't know, but basically, Aizen uses the Hogyoku, which is a special little crystal thingy, and he puts it inside of himself. Not in that way, but like he puts it inside of himself, like, you know, and then he gets a bunch of power and he transforms like a bunch of times, and that's not supposed to happen, and it doesn't happen to any other character in the series. And hypothetically, in a canon Bleach game, well, not canon, but in a Bleach game, they have used forms that have never been seen in actual Bleach, and one of these forms is called the Beyond Resurrection. And basically this is where the Espada, or you know, the rest of the Arrancar who are in power, basically use the Hogyoku, like what it would look like if they used it instead of Aizen. And since we do have Hogyoku fragments in the game, they are already obtainable, and you use them for Visored and Vasto Rage. Since we have those, I mean, why not use them for Hollows too? It would be a great use of them, and honestly, the Beyond Resurrection would be really fun. You might say it's OP, but Soul Reapers are already busted. Like, if they get a Hogyoku fragment and they get Vasto Rage, bro, that's an extra life, and you're OP in that extra life. You're like, bro, what? That's crazy. Don't Hollows and Quincy's deserve something? Like, I haven't even gotten into Let's Still, but personally, I think they deserve Let's Still or something like second form or third form, whatever. For Hollows, I feel like Beyond Transformation would be something that happens like Vasto Rage, like when you die, then you just get it. And for Let's Still, I feel like that would be something you get when you just pop it, kind of like Visored. Now, could I see them adding the Beyond Resurrection in the game, as well as Let's Still? Personally, I feel like they would. I don't know. I think it's a very good content idea. Like, at one point they're gonna have to add something else to buff, you know, since the Soul Reapers are like OP right now, so they're gonna have to add something to buff or to grind for the other races, so that everybody's not a Soul Reaper. So eventually, I think either they'll be forced to, or you know, they'll just want to. Yeah, I think honestly it's gonna happen. Like, it's probably gonna happen. Let's be real. It's just the most likely scenario, in my opinion, that it will eventually happen. Maybe not soon, maybe not for a couple updates or something, I don't know, but honestly it will, because it will take a long time to make, don't get me wrong. Like, it's gonna take a while to cook. Also, I've been trying to think of like move sets for these Beyond, so I can like give them to the devs and you put it in, you know. Like, what would it be? Would it just be like multiple moves? I don't think so. I don't think, maybe like one more move, maybe a ton of passives, maybe some buffs, maybe it completely changes your move set to like a dedicated one, kind of like Vasto Lord, where it like changes your move set, or it could just completely buff your move set. Either one, like, there's so many options. But this game doesn't really use that many moves. Like, they really try and limit how many moves you can actually equip at a time, which is good, because that means that you can't infinite combo. And some moves also put other moves on cooldown. Like, say if you have one combo extender and another combo extender, it probably puts that other combo extender on cooldown. Like, you can't have two up tilts. You can't, because the combo is going to end before you get your thing back. It puts both of them on cooldown. So yeah, either they buff the existing move sets for, like, if you have a Resurrection and you use Beyond, like say you have Vessel, then Vessel maybe like changes color, you know, it looks cooler, gets some more effects, more defined. It's just like straight up buff, you know. Maybe like a couple more passive, maybe a passive or two, I don't know. Either that, or it's just like completely changes your moveset to something else, like no matter what Shikai or Resurrection or volt standing you have. It just changes it exactly like Vassal Lord. Like it's all the same, which is still OP. Don't get me wrong, it's still cool, but like it's either one. Like that's the only two options. Now for Let's Still though, the passives on Let's Still could be just carrying it. Like maybe your arrows get really ranged. Maybe you get like a buff on your M1s. I don't know. But Let's Still more like Visored is what I'm thinking. Like it debuffs you when you're out of mode and it buffs you when you're in mode. But yeah, not gonna lie, I can't really think of many transformations like for Quincy and Hollow. The only thing I could think of is like a full-on third transformation like Vasto Rage for Hollows, and for Quincy's it would be more like Visored. But I don't know. I just feel like I want them to have both. Like because Soul Reaper has like a mode, and then it has a third form as well. Honestly, like the third form thing for Quincy's, I could only think of like one thing, because Quincy's in the manga are they usually just have full standing, you know. The user of the X-axis actually transform twice, and I don't know if it counts as like a second transformation, but he did go from a small version into a much bigger version of himself. And other Shrifts and Volstandigs can do similar things, such as the Fear. He transformed once, and then he transformed into a giant monster thing right before he got killed by Rukia. So most of these Volstandigs have a third transformation in them just growing really big, and I guess that's a power up. But I don't know. I don't know how really big people would work like as a player. I don't know how that would feel in this game. I feel like that might be janky, but I don't know. We can fight Menos pretty easily, so. And for Hollows, I can't really think of like a mode transformation that's not a full form, you know? Like the equivalent of Visored would be for Hollows. I don't know. I don't even know what it would be. I mean, Hollows, honestly, I guess they don't really need like a mode or anything. They just need a third form thing. Because, you know, they're already basically pretty broken already with the whole Vasto car buff, which is like 15% stat boost, which is crazy. That's a really good stat boost. So yeah, honestly, I feel like they might, honestly, like genuinely, I think they might listen to this, like this rant that I'm doing right now, because low-key, the Peroxide devs are really good at listening to people, and they're also really good at adding things fast. So I think they will probably add this if enough people want it. So honestly, if you want it, maybe you just go into Discord and ask for it. I don't know, put it in suggestions. But yeah, honestly, I feel like more transformations and more forms to grind for would be really cool. And honestly, there should be something to do with those forms. But yeah, I feel like the Peroxide devs are going to get really creative with this game, and I genuinely cannot wait to see what they're going to do with it. Honestly though, I'm not going to lie, this game is kind of different. I don't know if everybody's going to like it, but I hope people do, because I really enjoy it, and I've been enjoying it for like the past couple weeks. So, by the way, if you're wondering why I haven't done progression in a while, it's because I've been waiting. Like, I'm waiting for the game to release, and then I'll do progression. And also, I have my beginner's guide to do once the map updates, but he said it will update closer to release. So I don't know. Whenever that happens, then I'll start recording it. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
I'm the Batman. Got a star on my cap like I'm the captain. With that money, it's baby boy, be bad like I'm Jackson. You get your mic jack, we moving like Rambo.